Naylam and John walked into the office. The gang were sat in briefing, huddled around the boardroom table, prioritising tasks. They turned to look at them and smiled, each pleased to see the new recruit. Tank and Stewie stood up with big grins and waved him over. "Mr. Smith," Tank boomed. "You decided to join us then?" Yup. John nodded, wincing at the size of the man, understanding why he was called Tank. "Seems like you lot are in need of a proper professional." "Cheeky sod," said Matt, pulling out chairs to let them join the table. Moira beamed at him, watching him take a seat. "Welcome. I've heard good things about you. It's good to have you with us. The Robin Hood of the South. And a bit of the North," he corrected, noting that the woman was a looker. "I hear you're the boss. What do I call you?" "Moira. Just Moira," she smiled. Was that a twinkle she saw in his eyes? "You do know that I'm on a few wanted lists, right?" he grimaced. "I wouldn't exactly pass any vetting procedures." She stared back at him, a few nanoseconds too long. He tilted his head. Was she thinking about something else? He didn't normally go for stilettos, lip gloss, and impossibly tight little black suits. They weren't his thing. He liked his women a tad more natural, less high maintenance. But he had to admit, she looked hot. He wondered what she'd be like in the sack. They stared at each other. She was thinking the same thing. Naylam shook his head, wondering if he'd done the right thing in bringing Smith in. "I know," she finally answered, clicking back to Miss Efficiency. "That's why we want you. You're clever, always one step ahead. You have combat skills and can think outside the box. You won't need mothering." She absent-mindedly tapped the end of her pen on the corner of her open mouth. He tried not to notice. "And with reference to your police record, noted. You've been a person of interest for a few jobs, but no one has been able to, or had the inclination to, pin anything on you. Mainly because there's no concrete evidence for a successful outcome at court. However, I haven't had sight of your Army or Legion history yet. Am I going to find something troublesome there?" "Maybe," he admitted. "I don't like surprises." She eyed him. "You don't need to worry. Armies tend to deal with their own shit internally. I doubt anything will come to light. Besides, everything I've done has been for a good reason. I answer to the energy of what's right and wrong. My maker will understand." "You a God-fearing man, Mr. Smith?" "Yes and no. I miss out the middleman and pray alone. There's something out there, but I don't know what." Anton brought him over a cup of tea. "Milk and sugar, I presume?" he beamed, putting the cuppa down in front of their new guest, and a large plate of biscuits in the middle of the table. "I'm Anton, the office mother. I prepare beverages and look after beauty care." John looked over at Naylam with a raised eyebrow. Naylam gave him an "it's okay, go with it" nod, as Anton flicked through John's hair with varnished fingers. "Ooh, we're going to have to sort this out, dearie," Anton sighed. "It's a bit icky. Take a seat in the salon after your cuppa." "The salon?" John questioned. He quite liked his hair. "Yes, it's just over there by the gun room." Anton waved a taloned finger. "Thanks." John leaned his head out of Anton's reach. "But it's meant to be a bit icky. Makes me disappear in a crowd." Anton looked at him shocked, and then at Moira. She nodded. "He's right. We don't want him too handsome and standing out. He'll be doing undercover work." "Oh, how exciting!" warmed Anton. "I could make it worse if you like." "Nah, you're all right, mate. If I go somewhere posh, you can sort it for me then." "What?" Anton gasped, excited. "Like James Bond in a casino scene?" He swooned. "Oh, you could look wonderful. I'll measure you up and buy some black tie choices."